Hello everybody, today I want to talk about coping with other people's opinions, often presented as not caring what other people think, but I think it's a bit more subtle than that. Something that we all fear is other people's judgment. We spend loads of time conforming to the opinions of others. We fear them. We listen to people and do things that we don't want to do ourselves. And if you look around you, for example, I was recently and I saw loads of people taking selfies, just getting the particular pose, very unnatural, lots of stuff being done with the hair and so on. Why is this? Because they want to put a perfect picture on social media. Why? Because they want everybody to think they're more handsome / beautiful / in a nicer location than may actually be the truth. Opinions govern our lives and they make us do things that are not always in our best interests. So how do we take a balanced view to people's opinions and not let them rule our lives? These are my top tips. Tip number one, I'm a scientist, so I want to go back to first principles. Why do we care in the first place what other people think? And it's very strange because we don't just care what people who are close to us think, we care about the opinions of complete strangers. And the reason for that is because when, as a species, we evolved, way back when, if people had negative opinions of you, it was a life and death thing. If you were kicked out of the tribe, you would starve to death or be eaten by a lion or something. Today, of course, is not the same. If a random person or even your neighbor or whoever does not have a favorable opinion of you, it is no longer a life or death thing. And so we are once again hampered by an evolutionary architecture in our brain that has not caught up with the advancement of our technology and society. In other words, your fear of opinions is completely understandable. Your sensitivity to opinions is completely understandable, but you need to recognize it for what it is. It is not objective truth. Your brain has been programmed to be very sensitive. And so when you feel those feelings, you have to bear that in mind and take a bit of a discount factor on how willing you are to listen to them. The second thing is to understand that opinion givers themselves are coming from a biased position. There are two types of opinion that are not very helpful to listen to. The first is where they don't have a proper understanding of your situation. Many people, for example, when I was a PhD astrophysicist, were like, why aren't you going out and earning lots of money? You have a pretty decent degree. And well, I used to think, well, you don't know anything about me. Like, why are you making those opinions? Why should I listen to that? Because my interests and my objectives are in a completely different area, using a completely wrong value system to judge me. And you'll be surprised how many times people do that. They use their own biases, assumptions, their own value system, and impose it upon you, at which point it becomes irrelevant. The only thing that matters is if people with aligned values give you corrections. Otherwise, it's not very helpful information for you. The second type of opinion that you should be very wary of is that, to be honest, many people do not have your best interests at heart. Let's all be serious here. Like, a lot of human beings don't like to see other human beings succeed and will give you opinions that aren't always designed to help you, but to falter you, to hold you back. A lot of people giving negative opinions, you can't do this, you can't do that. Again, they say a lot more about the opinion giver's insecurity and biases than whether you yourself can actually do it. So the next time someone gives you a negative opinion, think, is that opinion really true? Or is it because they want to hold you back? Does it express their own insecurities, their own value system and not yours? Third, learn to separate opinion from fact. A simple subjective judgment is not useful information for you, so you can discount it. Expressions of fact are useful information for you. So for example, if I sing a song, and I'm a very poor singer, so I won't inflict it upon you, but if I sang, people would probably say, 非常难听. And okay, that's an opinion, but it's not useful for me. What can I do with that? Nothing. But if someone tells me that my notes are wrong or my voice breaks in these places, that's factual information that I could then go and use to improve my singing. So, if someone calls you stupid at work or says this work is rubbish, etc., without actually giving factual statements, I just discount all of that because it's not useful or helpful information. I can't use it to improve myself, and therefore it's just noise. And you have to learn to filter out that noise and just focus on the facts. Facts can help you, but pure subjective judgments are not very helpful at all. So what should you be doing? It's quite simple. I recommend everyone do the following. Make your own metrics, your own value system. What do you think is success in life? What matters to you? And then judge everybody's opinions against those metrics. If they don't align with what you think a successful life is, forget about it. Just live a life that you yourself view as successful or happy, and don't listen to all the noise that comes from other people. And finally, yourself, don't be part of the problem. When you give an opinion, you should notice that other people themselves are of course very sensitive to it, and therefore any opinion you should give should be in the best interests of others and given from a position of kindness and compassion.